Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the first week of December, so let's get started. Our first game this week comes to us from Codemasters, announcing that Grid Autosport is heading to the Switch. Offering an expansive career mode and some exciting rare vehicles to race with, the developers are promising console parity and a seamless experience next year. The fast-paced single-player space shooter Everspace Stellar Edition was rumored a few months back, and we finally received confirmation that it will be released on December 11th. The Switch version will include the base game plus the Encounters DLC expansion all in one package. The first-person shooter Proteus reimagines shooters from yesteryears with a new rendering technique and high-quality 3D aesthetic, focusing on fast-paced destruction with visceral encounters, is releasing on Switch next year. Amno is a puzzle-adventure game currently on Kickstarter, close to meeting its Switch stretch goal. It tells the story of a young adventurer on a journey of discovery through an ancient world full of memorable characters and stories to discover. Warner Brothers has confirmed that the LEGO Movie 2 video game is releasing early next year. This game is based on the second LEGO movie and the events that take place in it. Not much is known other than it will have a digital and a physical release. Animus standalone is a tactical RPG with linear progression, tense combat mechanics, and 13 boss fights. Several difficulty levels will test your skills when it's set to release December 6th. The puzzle game that plays outside of the box, Starman, is released on December 13th, with over 30 puzzles inside 24 levels across 9 different chapters. Grillzoom Panzer Dream Tank Match DX was announced 2 weeks ago, but we had no idea about localization. This week we found out that Bandai Namco will be releasing an English version in Asia for easy import. This will be the definitive edition of the game with 4 new characters, new tanks, 2 new game modes, and the addition of 8-player local multiplayer matches. Sega Shadow Drop Football Manager 2019 touched on the European eShop this week and is releasing on the North American one December 6th, including more characters, teams, leagues, kits, tactical styles, better training options, and a refreshed user interface that differs from last year's entry. Dragius Games is bringing Mech to the Switch December 23rd. This top-down sci-fi shooter offers dynamic combat through a dozen or so levels with upgradable mechs at your disposal that you can customize at will. Conduct Together is an action puzzle game with trains, where you can complete challenges by yourself or with up to 4 friends via local co-op gameplay by switching tracks and avoiding coalitions. Knights of Pen and Paper 2 Deluxious Edition is released on December 13th, where you control a party of heroes through a turn-based retro adventure D&D style. Super Rare Games will also be releasing a physical early version next year. Bear With Me is an episodic single-player game that mixes story horror components with puzzle solving and enchanting mysteries with comedic moments. The Switch version will be feature complete with all of the episodes included. The action RPG Mana Spark is released on December 22nd. Rebuild and maintain your village after you meet new characters in this handcrafted micro-procedurally generated world, with combat skills to learn and enemies to vanquish. Featuring 4-player local and online multiplayer combat, Big Crown Showdown is set on 3 fantasy medieval worlds with over 15 courses to master, where you try to knock off your opponents and avoid hazards at the same time. It's released on December 14th. Superbrothers Sword and Sworcery EP was released on the eShop this past week. This is a weird pixel art game that lets you pick and choose your style of quest and how you interact with the world, and we also know that it supports all of the Switch's standard controls. Launching December 13th, Hunter's Legacy Purrfect Edition offers revamped levels, upgraded animations, improved combat, and a new Game Plus option for Switch. The Keep is a dungeon crawler that previously released on the 3DS. Hunt for hidden treasures, avoid deadly traps, and find your enemy's weakness and crush them. It releases December 20th. Long Story, a dating game for the real world, is a charming dating sim set in a high school where you can hopefully find love or just friends. Divided into 8 separate chapters, it tries to introduce characters into your world. It releases December 6th. The classic board game from Hasbro, Cluedo, is releasing on Switch early next year. This is about the 4th family party game we've seen from Hasbro this year, and I hope they keep the support up. Featuring over 44 levels and 4 set locations, Energy Cycle Edge is a 3-dimensional game with brand new challenges for consoles and an exclusive soundtrack. Yunohara Spring Mellow Times is a romance visual novel releasing in Japan February 28th for Switch. The story revolves around a Japanese inn and its various staff members. Releasing early next year, 39 Days to Mars is a puzzle adventure game with co-op features. You'll be piloting a fearful yet masterful piece of marveling engineering in its voyage to Mars. The Victorian Adventures DLC will also be included for free. Plata Go Super Platform Game Maker is a Switch console exclusive that's available in early access on Steam. You'll have the freedom to create levels at will and upload these same levels for others to play at launch. Forever Entertainment is bringing Diggerman to the Switch. This arcade, fast and active digging game has a story to complete, workers to hire, 5 different worlds to experience, and 2 button controls to master. And that's what the game announcers will be covering this week. A quick reminder to hype responsibly when it comes to the Game Awards. I'm seeing a lot of people expecting a lot of announcements coming from Nintendo, and I just don't see it, so try to keep your expectations in check. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!